Hello over there at Ace Electric. My name is Kimberly with Elite Roots Digital Marketing Agency. I was doing some research in your area and came across your website and just wanted to go ahead and shoot this video to give you some tips on how to beat out your competition. Now, and I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to waste my time either, so I'll keep this nice and short. And if by the end of the video you like what you've heard and think I could help you further with getting more leads, then give me a call. If not, no harm, no foul. Take these tips and use them for yourself. Alright, so the first thing I'd like to go over is going to be content on your website here. Now, content is going to be everything that you see, including the photos, how those photos are saved, and what's behind those photos on this page here. As I scroll down, we see that you've got a good little bit of content here. Just the one photo. I'd love to see a few more photos. I love that you do have both of your locations here, although I'd love to see a general location served, whether it be a map or just a listing of all the different cities that you do serve, as well as just where your locations are based. So as I kind of look through your website, I'd love to see a bit more content overall. Google really likes to see 1,500 to 2,000 words as far as their algorithms are concerned. And what that does for you is that actually gets you more areas to actually plug in more keywords into your website so that you're found for that service work that you really want to do, whether it be commercial or industrial or residential, remodel, etc. I know that I've seen a couple areas that you do generator work, and this photo right here, perfect timing, is something that maybe you do like doing is installing those backup generators for businesses or homeowners too. And that could be something that we really work on keyword wise to make sure that you're found as the top place to do a generator install in the entire corridor area, whether it be if you do work clear up in Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, I know clear down in Washington, so maybe even Mount Pleasant, that area. I don't know exactly where your service area is, as I kind of talked about. I'd love to find a little bit more information on that on your page here. Alright, so we're going to jump over to a Google search here for electrician Iowa City. And as I go through this, I'm really looking for trying to find your website, which is I don't really find you for electrician Iowa City. If we jump over to electrician North Liberty, I of course see you right here in this Google Maps section. So that's something that I do want to go over. Now, in the very first part of a page for a Google search that you see is going to be Google Ads. And these are people, of course, that are paying Google to be at the top of the page. They're paying per click, and that can be a great thing, bring in some fast leads for your business, or sometimes people just scroll right past these, or maybe they've had a bad experience with an ad in the past and don't want to relive that. So as we scroll down, the Google Maps section is the next area that we see, and that's where I want to touch on now, which is going to be actually citations. Citations is what have a lot of impact in this area, as long as you have everything filled out in this Google Maps profile. Citations is really where you're going to end up getting bumped up further by having more than your competitors. So for this Iowa City search, Girard Electric and Wire One are your top two competitors. Now in Wire One, I know is more of a general, they're clear over in Des Moines, and they're a little bit more widespread. So they're going to have a lot more reviews and a lot more citations because they're so widespread. However, so Girard Electric is really who I want to focus on. They don't have as wide of a spread. They have a little bit more like you are. And to get more citations, you need to know, of course, what is a citation. A citation is going to be a listing of your business in a directory across the web. So a business name, phone number, and address in places like Yelp or Angie's List or Home Advisor, Yellow Pages, those are all directories. The more citations you have, the higher up in this area you're going to be, and it also helps you down in this organic section we'll touch on in just a moment as well. Now, and how do you get more citations? Easiest way is to find a tool out there. There's several of them out there that will help you find out what citations your competitors have. You're going to copy those citations, get in those exact same directories, and then find even more. Alright, so I told you we'd touch on citations down in this area as well, and this area is the organic section of a Google search. And as you see here, Girard Electric is at the top down here as well. Now, if I jump over to that North Liberty page, We see here Stiltner Electric is your top competitor for North Liberty specific area. But as you see here, they're also Iowa City, Eastern Iowa, etc. They've got all of those search terms in their page. If we jump over to a tool I love, which is called Ahrefs, it kind of gives me a little bit of a general idea of how your website's doing in comparison to your competition. So we see here you've got 29 referring domains giving you 81 backlinks. Now, and what is a backlink? A backlink is a link from one website back to yours that's leading traffic to your website. And there's real strong backlinks and there's not so strong. As we look into your referring domains where those backlinks are coming from, we see here local Yahoo, we've got repairairconditioning.net, findushere.com, Kona Equity, Owler.com. There's a good few of those that are citations, and that's kind of what I mentioned earlier, where citations do have a part to play in that lower section of a search result, but that's because they provide you backlinks as well. Now, a citation type backlink is not going to be the strongest out there. A real strong backlink would be, say, a supply house or another electrician in another state providing you with a backlink because maybe they heard of you and they know you provide really good customer service. So they're saying, hey, if you're in the North Liberty area, hit up Ace Electric, they do great work. That'd be a nice strong backlink for you. Citations are backlinks, but not super strong. Now, and there are some that can be a little spammy type backlinks, and that's something else that I do typically try and weed out is those backlinks that are a little bit more spammy. Go ahead and get rid of those, and in place of them provide even stronger backlinks and even more than what you currently have. If we look over at, let me go back to the overview so it's ready for the next topic I'd like to speak on. But in the meantime, we're going to look over at Girard Electric, which is the Iowa City competitor, and they've got 44 referring domains, giving them 238 backlinks. Now, and I always recommend if you're trying to beat out a competitor in the area that you try and beat their backlinks by at least 100. So we'd want you up in the 300 range for backlinks. So about 200 more, a little bit give or take than what you have currently would be about right, and not too hard to do actually. If we look over at Stiltner Electric here, we see they've got 28 referring domains giving them 90 backlinks, so not a whole lot more than you. You've got 81, they've got 90. But if we look at their keywords, we're going to jump into that real quick as well, because keywords kind of plays back on everything else that I've been talking about so far. Now, and as I go into keywords, we see the top one here, electrician, Iowa City, has a nice big volume of 450 clicks or searches. Volume is number of times that keyword is searched on a Google platform in a month. Currently, Stiltner Electric is in position 12 for the Iowa City location electrician, and that's getting them traffic of 7 to their website. If we look back over at you, we're going to see here, if I go into your keywords, I do not see Iowa City as any of your keywords at all. So you're really missing out on a lot of traffic to your website just by not including Iowa City in your keywords on your website, including that as one of your locations that you do serve. Now, and as I haven't touched on quite yet, is a lot of people in that corridor area, whether it be they're in Coralville, North Liberty, actually in Iowa City, maybe they're over in Tiffin, all of those areas will oftentimes end up searching the nearest larger town, so Iowa City, when they're searching for services, because they know the smaller towns typically don't have as many choices of electricians that they can go through. And yes, there's more choices for Iowa City in general, but if we can get you into that very top position for Iowa City, let's go back to Stiltner here. So if we get you in that very top position, instead of, on the second or third or fourth page, you'd actually see a third of this 450 in traffic to your website. So 100 and plus in clicks to your website now. And how many leads are you missing out on? How many clients are you missing out on because you aren't actually having this Iowa City electrician as a keyword on your website? Alright guys, so that is all I really have for you right now. I really enjoyed doing a little bit of research into your area and into your business. I really hope you found this information helpful, and as I said at the beginning of the video, please take this information and run with it for yourself if you'd prefer. However, if you would like help with this, I am here for you. My name is Kimberly, and my number is 319-600-6189. You have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.